Hi everyone, it's Emily, and today I'll be reorganizing my gaming shelves that are behind me. And what motivated this little video was that this arrived in the mail. This is The Legend of Nyota Boundless Trails. The Trails or Kiseki series is one of my favorite franchises of all time, which is why I have this little display level on this particular shelf. And as you see here, I'm actually running out of room, so I need to figure out where to put this latest collector's edition on my shelves. And I decided that I'm actually going to remove all of the kind of K-pop books that I had on this lower tier here. So I cleared that away, and I'm going to be expanding my Falcom shelf over here. So in this video, I'll be sharing sort of my thought process of how I like to go about rearranging my shelves whenever I need to make room, or if I just want to kind of change things up. Which in this case, I'm making a whole new dedicated area for Falcom releases that will have enough room for expansion. I'll also be rearranging some other prominent areas on my shelves, including this ease area where I kind of have all of my ease items that will be moving onto the new Falcom shelf. I asked folks on Twitter whether or not they'll be interested in this type of video, and many of them said yes, so I figured I'll make a short little video kind of just showing my thought process and a little bit of my rearranging methodology, and just take you along for the ride to see the before and after of my current shelving setup. So before I get into it, I do want to mention what this game is. So this is The Legend of Heroes Nyota Boundless Trails, and it is a spin-off game of the mainline Trails franchise. The story is kind of loosely within, I think, the world of the Trails games, though don't quote me on it because I haven't played it yet. But it has a whole another sort of combat style that's very similar to the Ys franchise, and that it's a very simple action RPG. So I'm really ecstatic that this is finally localized out here in the West, and it's really a beautiful collector's edition, and I'm going to be putting this on the lower tier along with those other Falcom related items as I mentioned earlier. Inside the box also included this nice acrylic stand as well as this really beautiful bookmark that I'll also have to put somewhere on this shelf as well. So I definitely don't have enough Falcom related items to kind of cover the lower shelf there, but if you caught my last video, I imported some very special soundtracks, including this one for Xenoblade 3, as well as the Trinity box for the entire Xenoblade franchise on the Switch. So I figured that'd be a really nice spot just to put all the soundtracks in for now. And I think once this starts to expand and get more Falcom related items, I'm going to move the soundtrack collection to the top of my shelf. So here's a quick little tour of my current shelf setup before I start rearranging things. And I do have quite a few games, especially near the Switch games, but I really like to kind of display everything out so it looks like my shelves are really full when really there's still a ton of room that I could play around with if I so choose to. And for the most part, I'm going to be keeping everything as they are right now, though I am going to be moving, again, the ease area to the lower shelf and probably also rearrange things, because right now I'm not really sure what sort of franchise I want to display kind of in that prominent display area. There are a few other franchises I've been heavily considering collecting a little more extensively, but I kind of want to hold off right now and kind of let it sink in and really think about what I want in that area. So I'm just going to have sort of a placeholder that will temporarily go there. All right, so first step is to remove all the Falcom items that I want to move to the lower shelf. So that includes all these ease items, including these little Android Petites and little Adult figure. And then the acrylic bookends that came in the Ys 8 Collector's Edition. Both Donna and came out Adol. The Collector's Editions themselves, 8 and 9. And then Memories of Salsetta. And these two books I got off of the XT store, actually. I think they still have just individual items that were in the collector's editions for the series still available on their storefront. So this will be empty for now, and I'll come back to add some things in here. And then my Tokyo Xanadu box here will also be moving down. I actually just unearthed this. It was originally folded from one of my moves way long ago when I was moving across the country. So we're at the lower rung of my bottom shelf here, and as you see, I have Ease Origin, the strictly limited collector's edition right there that I picked up from my latest pickups video. Remove it for now, just to see the space we're working with. So for now, I'm just going to pull from all the items I just previously showed in the last few clips, and if necessary, I'll also probably move some things from my dedicated trails shelf down here. I need to fill out some more things, but I think we'll be okay. The biggest thing is the Tokyo Xanadu box, and it's actually empty. As you see here, when I folded it, I had to kind of take it apart. I no longer have the statue because at the time when I was moving, I didn't want to move with it because I didn't really like the statue. I kind of regret it now, but I have all the other pieces elsewhere. So I will move this, I think, in the back corner. So I'm gonna leave it at the angle there for now. And the other item I really want prominent on the shelf is the 2 Ease collector's boxes for 8 as well as 9 here. So I think I'm going to use the standees just for 8, like they were, I think, originally intended. Whereas before I kind of had them situated both on these boxes. So I think I'll leave it positioned like that for now. And then Origin here, I think I'm going to tuck into the corner. Like so. And maybe do some layering of all the acrylic standees. And then I guess 9 could go behind Donna there. Just to play with depth a little bit. So that leaves us with these 2 boxes now. So I think Naida going to have also fairly prominent. And City here, I think, yeah, because it's so compact, I can start building up to create some more layers. I think I'll put, yeah, right above Origin there. And that way I can display the figures, I think, right on 9. And this acrylic standee could go right in front. And lastly, for the bookmark, I like the idea of it propped up because I think it looks gorgeous, but I think for right now, I'm gonna just leave it lying down, like so. So yeah, I think I like how this looks. Because this shelf is situated on the lowest rung, I actually don't see the top here when I'm standing up. So I do want most things displayed out like that. So what I can do is put this kind of on a riser. So it's sticking out a little bit in the back, but not so far up where I won't be able to see it. So I might just put a box down here. So this isn't too fancy, but I do have this little box. I think that something shipped in. So I'm gonna put that right behind there. And voila. So yeah, I think I like how that looks a lot more, and it'll definitely be easier for me to see just when I look at my shelf. And last but not least, I have these 2, which I think I'm just going to kind of tuck in the back, just for ease of access, if anything else. So yeah, this is the current Falcom Part 2 shelf. I'm looking forward to getting some more things to kind of play with the dimensions a bit. And I am considering moving my Falcom shelf once it fills up to the second ring. That way it's right underneath my trail shelf. But I think for now I like having Fire Emblem here because I'm a little bit more variety, I guess, in the background of my videos, and I do like seeing all my Fire Emblem figures on this level. But yeah, I think this is one of the fun things when it comes to rearranging shelves, is you could change things up depending on your mood or the season or just whenever, just to kind of change up your room and give it kind of a fresh look. Now this side will be a little less exciting, but I think soundtracks are still fun to display. And these are definitely going to be the two prominent things on display here. So I'm probably going to work around this and also play around with height. So I'm probably going to be stacking these, most likely. And I would love to get some more just dedicated art books, whether it's fan created or official ones. So I might just start putting some of these in here too. So this is the zine. I think I was corrected. This is how it's pronounced, like magazine, for Xenoblade. So I might just start stacking them off to the side here. Not that I plan on getting too many too soon, and honestly, I probably should move these two. Just tuck them away here, just so that they're easier to access. Yeah, that makes sense. There are a few Kaiseki art books, and of course some more Xenoblade ones I really want to get my hands on. So I expect to be building this up at some point. So I'll leave a little space. And then this is a stack of CDs. Mostly soundtracks that are not tied with the collector's edition, such as these Japanese Kaiseki ones that I think I showed in the previous video. And then these, I believe, are all ones that came inside the collector's edition. Now this is not game related. I got this at Comic-Con and must have been 2014. But anyway, I'll leave it there. Yeah. And then this also is not from one of the collector's editions. And I think I still have plenty of soundtracks tucked away in these collector's editions that I probably can take out if I want to. So I might just do that. As you see here, I have a bunch more. Mostly of Falcom, all the other Ease ones I have, and for my Trails collector's editions. And I have some other miscellaneous ones from other collector's editions. These are from my 3DS collection. This is a little off-centered, but that's all right. And the last thing I wanted to add in here before I finish was I just received this fan-made project for the Xeno Tarot card deck. So this is the whole Xenoverse with a ton of wonderful fan art. It's really, I think, one of the nicest fan-made things, or really collector items I've ever received. Just look how gorgeous all of these are, and so many talented artists in here, and you have so many different characters from all of the Xenoverse. There's definitely some favorites that come up again and again, but I love all the different interpretations and variety in this deck. This is actually my first official tarot card deck. I'm not really too into the scene, but I really just love the fan art and the whole entire package. And when I saw this pop up on Twitter and being advertised, I couldn't say no. I'm still kicking myself for not getting the Fire Emblem Three Houses one. That happened a few years ago, and I think there was a reprint of it that I missed. So I'm sad that I don't have that one, but I think this is just gorgeous, and I'm so happy to purchase this. So this is definitely going here. And I ended up getting the package that had other extras, like this coin, which is awesome. Stick that there somewhere. Came in a pouch too that I might just stick here for now, as well as a nice postcard set. So this is full of other fan art in this really beautiful holographic sheen, and I'm just obsessed with all this. Really, it's amazing. So this is who basically ran it. I'll also have a link to the Twitter page where to follow, because I'm pretty sure they're going to do a second sale. So I highly encourage anyone who's interested in this remotely, like all Xeno fans, to look into it, because it's really, I think, a great set. I'm not sure how I want to display these just yet. I really want to get one of those like bulletin boards and just have a collage of fan art, like over my headboard or something. But yeah, I think this would be nice for display purposes too, though I do plan on getting more art books to fill the space here, so I might hold off and think of a better place to put these because they're really nice. And then the last two things that were included in the Xenoblade Chronicles 3 limited edition OST were these replica boots for Neo and Milk. So I think I really wish this came with some like little acrylic stands to prop them up, but for now I think I'm just going to keep them there and find a better solution later. And then this I think I'm going to put up on my Xeno shelf. Also I'll pan to that now. But yeah, this is how this shelf turned out, and there's plenty of room to grow. And once the Falcom shelf expands, I think this will easily move up to the very top of the shelf, or maybe someplace else, once I resituate things. And now for this shelf, I think I'm going to move my super giant things to the side, so that they're a little bit more prominent when I go to film my videos. I kept meaning to get the pop-up figure for Zagreus, but I waited too long and he's difficult to find now. So I might try to still get him, but we shall see, because I think it'd be nice there. This side now, scoot over here. I'm going to stick some things from another little display unit as a temporary display area. So this will probably change in the coming months. I mentioned before, I have a few different franchises I'm thinking of maybe putting or making a dedicated display for. But for now, I'm going to stick my Atlas items in this little cubicle. So here's all the Catherine full body items. And then I also have this SMT pouch. Just go right here. And then I'm also going to be sticking the two other steelbooks I have from Atlas. So Persona 5 Royal for the PS4 here, as well as SMT5 for the Switch. So I don't know if I want to do this side or this side. I feel like this will be probably the easiest on the eyes. And then this side for SMT4. And here it is at this angle. I did some rearranging of the steelbooks there. So yeah, it's a kind of plain shelf compared to all the other ones, but yeah, I think it's a good temporary little display area for now. And in case you're wondering about over here, where the Catherine full body stuff was originally, I'm going to be moving the Psychonauts 2 stuff down here. So here it is with the postcard, and I also stuck the pocket down here for convenience. And there we have it. This is my new shelf setup. So not too many changes, but I would say there's some pretty prominent changes that I wanted to kind of document in this video style. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and let me know if you kind of liked this format, something a bit more casual and just playing around with kind of displays and whatnot. I don't anticipate too many more changes to the shelves anytime soon, but I could always make another update video when it's time. But until my next video, bye guys.